Okay.
Good evening, everyone. And one of us has our mic too high now. Welcome to Thursday, July 15th. Look at this, halfway through the month. Anyways, we have Mr. Khan, Jeannie, Rebecca, and Jeannie's also asked for Brandon, and Shar and Marie. And to answer Mr. Khan's, we have knocked it down to 2 days right now a week, what with summer and everything. And now that you brought it up, we may be taking the summer off. I'm going to consult with the other two. Anyways, we'll find out. Now, I also want to point out that hopefully Ashley's on the other line. She's at home. I'm at my brother's, and she will be taking care of the guppies. If we miss anyone and you see that we missed someone because they're not showing up on my screen, please let me know. Okay? And then after Mr. Khan, we will do Sandra because she never shows up. And so let's get going. Mr. Khan. Let's have a look. I'm using Rider-Waite deck. And this hand. I'll get it. The 7 of Coins. And this is about contemplating life. It's also about looking into your pool of tricks or your pool bag of tricks and deciding what you need to do here. This is normally the money card, and it talks about conserving money, watching your money grow. But I think this card goes a little beyond that tonight, and it's more about a view as to where you want your future to go. But it's also it's a contemplation of knowing you have the tools that you need to make your future go where you want. Now, there's a little extra spending of money here that you weren't expecting. So maybe it's going to take a little bit more money to move you. Okay, so put a little extra aside.
A little more money to move him physically or emotionally?
No, he's moving.
Hi, darling. The card that came up first on the deck is the Emperor. Oh, by the way, I'm using my Mystic Cat Tarot. And you know what? This card actually says that you're pretty righteous and that you know what you're doing. Don't let that righteousness go to your head and think that you're not capable of mistakes, but tender that righteousness and that knowing that you are almost 99% right. Know to deliver that with compassion and caring and respectfulness. I almost feel like he's about to say something smart-ass about that.
Who, me? No.
What?
I'm not saying anything.
No. Mr. Khan.
Oh, Mr. Khan?
That, you know, when I say he's being right, he's righteous, that it feels like he's laughing about that.
Oh, yeah, because I know him and it's not his kind of personality.
Well, the card says he's being very righteous right now.
Oh, okay. Well, he might know something I don't. So next...
Yeah, move on, because that doesn't mean he's perfect. It just means that right now his whatever it is he's fighting for is righteous.
Okay. Next is Sandra Murray, because I can't see her. So Sandra, you have the Devil. This is decision-making process, and to know whatever decision you make, if you don't like it, you can change it because you're not tied to anything, even though sometimes we think, oh God, I said I'd do that and I got to keep my word. But sometimes we don't have to keep our word. Sometimes we can change it, Sandra.
Choice, right? We have choice.
Yeah.
Sandra, for you, really pretty. The Sea Kitten. I really like this card because the Sea Kitten, the Sea Kitten often talks about walking away from the past. It kind of like what D'Arcy said, you don't like it, change it. It's in the past. And If you notice, this little kitten is walking away with not a care in the damn world, doesn't mind that things weren't going his way before. He's got this. His back is to his troubles. So walk forward into positive space.
Okay. So Jeannie is next. And then right after Jeannie, we're going to pull for Brandon and then Rebecca. Okay. So Jeannie, you have the 8 of Cups, and this is walking away from a situation you know that you no longer want to be in. So instead of changing something and saying, oh, I don't like it, I want to change it, this card tells me there is something around you that you're going to have to change. And it could have been a decision that you made about 8 years ago. And I'll go 8 months to 8 years ago, but you're able to change it. It's not one of those things that you're stuck with it for life. You can actually alter it. But they're also saying that in some aspects, this is like an emotional decision to move forward. So it could even be that if there was a friendship that you thought you wanted to revisit and it's already broken, sort of keep that in mind, already broken. Don't go back to an old relationship that's already broken.
Okay, so for you, it's kind of dark in here, guys, but that's because we have smoke-covered skies. It is the 8 of C. Whoops. And if you notice, this cat is standing in front of a door. And what this door talks about is how you have separated yourself from what's on the other side of the door. Companionship that is important, so good friends, possible opportunities. This card is really saying, take care of yourself, darling. You know, it's wonderful to be that person that is always doing everything for everybody else. But in the next little while, maybe pushing a week, it's highly recommended that you take care of yourself. You connect with the companions that you have been missing company with as the world opens. Be careful, of course. But this is about reconnecting and taking some self-care.
All right. So, Brandon, for you, I have the 9 of Coins. I don't know if your mom's alive, but this feels like mother energy, Brandon. And so either a lady who you treat like a mother or someone who treats you like a son. And it feels as though reaching out and just letting you know everything's going to be okay. And if the lady is alive, then I'm going to say it's your responsibility now to reach out and let her know everything's going to be okay, because that's exactly what the card says. Everything is going to be okay.
And for you, the Fire King. And the Fire King is an amazing card. It talks about being confident in yourself. Stand a little proud. Straighten your shoulders. Stand up. You know, our grandmother, Beardsley, Granny Goodwitch, used to always say, stand tall, stand proud. Head up, shoulders back, chest out. And this is a time for you to do this and to trust yourself. No one else can boost you up and lift you up like you can yourself. So walk away from that hesitation and know that you have every right to be proud of your achievements.
And what Penelope's not telling you about Granny B is if you didn't, she'd get the broomstick and stick it down in the back of your shirt. So you didn't really get a choice whether you sat up straight. She made sure you did. Okay, so Rebecca.
That's true. That's true.
Hello, Rebecca. Fine, little warm, that's for sure. And not as warm as it was when it was really a scorcher, but still warm for me. You have the Lovers, Rebecca, and this isn't about two people being in love. This is about you loving what you do inside your life, that, you know, having those goosebumps that say, hallelujah, I'm exactly where I need to be. And it's trusting that inner instinct, the spirit inside of you is calling you, beckoning for you to do something on a spiritual level. And I'm going to say it may take, you may be in the process, but do it like if you were making bread. Okay, you put all the ingredients together and you start kneading it. You put it aside, it gets to rise. Then you bring it back, you knead it again, you put it aside, it gets to rise. And then you knead it and you put it into little buns or big loaves, whichever, and you put it aside and let it rise. And then you cook it. And that's basically what they're saying. Your spiritual growth is like bread. You're going to have the ingredients, but you may have to mix them up a little to see that growth really expand. So trust your instincts, trust your guides.
Okay, so we're a little bit similar, but a bit more of a contradiction. You have, let me double check, the 8 of fire. Check out the cat. You ever seen how, at the high noon or 4 o'clock in the morning or the full moon at midnight, cats just move. This card's saying, if you're restless, you've got to move. So I love the bread analogy D'Arcy was talking about, but if you can't wait for that bread to raise, then you let it raise the first time, you slop it into bannock-like scones, deep fry it in butter, slap more butter and jam or molasses on it, and you have instant gratification, darling, because this card says you're restless, move. You might not have that desire to wait for that greater reward where, you should use a little patience, but this is saying like the cat, move now, move, 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 move.
Okay. And then just to clarify for Mr. Khan again, we have gone to 2 days a week, and we're in discussions as whether we're going to take the summer off, but there will be a post in Facebook to let everyone know which way we're going. And if we decide to keep going, I'm alternating it. So it's Tuesday, Thursday, and then a day on the weekend, because 3 nights in a row is a little much for me. I don't know about the rest of them or you guys, but it is a little much for me because with everything else I'm doing, I just feel I need a little bit of a break. So, but Sean didn't make Tuesday because he had to run out of town and he's still not back. So anyways, hope that answered your question. Hello, Shar. As I've already said, yes, it's hot enough for me. I don't know about Penelope. She likes the sun. I'm not all that fond of it. So you can answer for yourself. Is it hot enough for you, Penelope?
It's actually too hot for me. I love daylight, and I do love the sun. The sun doesn't love me, but I force myself out in it. But this is hot. Like, we're talking heat warnings, smoke warnings, cell phone tower interruptions, sudden storms, and the smoke is so bad right now. It's like 10 o'clock at night. But yeah, I do get out quite a bit. Shar knows that.
So, Shar, you have the 4. Don't you like how fast it comes in? I'll try slower. Just a minute.
Try slow.
Anyways, the 4 of coins. Hoard your money right now. You're going to feel this instinct that I want to spend. And they're saying, no, no, no. Hoard your money. Okay, I know you're going to get to spend in about 4 weeks, but right now they're saying to be a little conservative with your money because that money is going to build for something else that you're looking for. And so the more you can put that little bit away for yourself, the better that pot becomes. And then you can spend it. But they're really saying to hoard your money. They say 4 weeks. So at the end of 4 weeks, if there's something you want to buy, I'm going to go for it unless they tell us otherwise between now and 4 weeks. But hoard your money.
Go on a spending spree. Hey, my card says that this is about your dreams and your wishes. And if you really look closely, and I like to take a moment to show you the card, there is a little kitty there, and dreaming on a boat, about being on a boat, dreaming about meeting other cats. So open yourself to receive the gifts of your dreams. One of the things I know D'Arcy has spoken of before, and I do it, but not with every dream. I keep a dream journal. I don't know if D'Arcy keeps hers more detailed, but when I have a dream that is very, very powerful and has something to say to me, I write it down and then I listen to what I've written and try to remember what the lesson was. This card is saying that this is a time for you to open yourself up to the possibility of your dreams and to start writing them down and tapping into your dream wishes.
Okay.
There you go.
So, Marie. Hello, Marie. Marie, you have the 6 of Cups, and this is normally a union between 2 people. It could be a marriage. It could be a remarriage. It could be a celebration of an anniversary. This is about 2 couples, or like a couple. Not 2 couples, but a couple. And this is about acknowledging the love, the desire between each other, and the hope for the growth in the future. And this is a communication. But to me, with this card too, it also says that there's a past life between you and those you love, that this isn't your first life with them. I doubt it will be your last life. And they're saying that it's coming together for a reason, and that's family, friends, people you work with. But there is a connection to you and the past lives of the other people that are around you. But the one about the marriage, and it makes me feel like either you're renewing or you're getting married. There's some sort of celebration, or you could be going to a wedding, but there is a celebration of marriage in your area or your future.
So for you, the Sea King, and if you know, this cat is kind of benevolent looking. Basically, what this card tells me is everyone comes to you. When the world is crushing down, you're the person who has an answer, the calming voice, the soothing, and the temperament to care for people. I'm being told that you need to pamper and care for yourself a little bit. You don't actually have that person yet in your life that fulfills the role that you play. So you have to take those few moments a day or a week or a few days a month where you pamper yourself by doing something that calms you. Like D'Arcy mentions, I'm always out in the sun. Well, one of the things I do when I'm really stressed is I find a beautiful non-geocaching scenery, and I do what I've always done, go for a long walk, 10, 15 kilometers, and it grounds me because I don't always have a person around to ground me. So this is about you grounding yourself and taking care of yourself so that you can always be there for everyone else.
Okay, so next is Orville. Orville, you have the 9 of Cups. And I like this because this is about achieving your dreams, your happiness. It's about your emotional worth being not just behind you, but in front of you. It's about you balancing, as Penelope was talking to Marie, it's about balancing yourself and knowing that the inner calling and the outer calling voice are both coming together in conjunction with each other. And you're finding that your path is beginning to roll along like a stone in a nice collective way. And you're picking up the knowledge you need as you move forward. So it's not just about trusting your instincts, it's about trusting everything, yourself, universe, information given to you, and knowing how to decipher it so that you're only taking what you need and you can leave the rest behind.
So I know it seems like there's been a lot of sea cards, but I promise you the card deck has been mixed. There's a lot of messages about the sea. Makes me think of taking care of yourself. The sea is very bountiful. And the sea, this card talks about your greatest joy. I don't know if you can read it, but it is the Sea Queen. It talks about your greatest joy in life and your greatest successes are always there, just within a grasp. All you have to do is take a moment to pause and see them, and that you are supposed to, where D'Arcy said trust. The Sea Queen talks about trusting your intuition, trusting that the people who care about you, trusting that when people reach out to you at night or during the day for advice, that they do this because they trust you and they believe that your words and your wisdoms are of value. Trust in yourself, Orville.
Okay, so next is Jessica. Hi, Jessica. Oh, wait, Jeannie, Shay did show up, so we'll do her as I get down to her. Okay. Shay. So this is for Jessica, SH, because I think there may be another Jessica on. Jessica,
okay.
You have the Wheel of Fortune. And this is knowing your direction, knowing your cause, knowing what you trust is true. But it's also about your foundation and making sure your foundation is solid. And there's someone with the initial A around you, like Adam, Andrew, Ashley, Amanda, Pamela, because the A is prominent. And they may be asking you for a favor. And if you feel you can do the favor, unless it's cash, I always say keep your cash to yourself, people. Unless it's cash and there's a favor that you can do for them, then I'm going to say go ahead. But if you say you're going to do it, do not back out of it. Okay. So that's not one of those things where I said earlier to whoever it was, I forget already, that, if you don't like what you said or decide to do, you can back out of it. Not on this one. If you promise someone something, you've got to keep it, Jessica.
So you have the Sky Tom. So when things upset you, don't react. That's what this card is actually talking about. If you look, like the bird picked the cat off, and the bird's solution to that, the cat's solution is, I'm just going to destroy that. Make sure that before you react and you stop, you pause, you make sure that there's a valid reason and find a kinder way so that you're not slashing your friends as well as your enemies with your sharp claws.
Well, maybe they deserve it.
No, kindness first.
Okay.
Kindness first.
Tracy, hi. So for you, I have, don't you like the way it just moves in now? The Hanged Man. Patience is a virtue, not for all of us, but patience is a virtue. Now, they're also saying number 4 and 7. So I could say 4 months from now begins the start of your direction where you're going in life. Within 7 months or 7 years, you may have it all figured out. So don't think you're all grown up right now, because you're not. This is a time to be sort of like an early 20s, maybe into your 30s, where you're making choices and deciding what you're going to do and who you're going to be with and everything like that. And they're saying, take your time. Patience is a virtue, Tracy. And that also means that if you do apply for a job and they don't get back to you like that, take your time. Maybe the person's away on holidays, so don't get annoyed.
So I wanted to make sure I got the right one. This is the Sea Tom. And the Sea Tom talks about finding a passion, this isn't about finding a lover, although tall, dark, and handsome would probably be good right about now in your life. This is about finding your passion, or at least finding something that you are passionate about, something to hold on to, something to carry you through during those really hard times, and to know that down, your passion is worth it. Don't, just because someone else doesn't think it's a valid passion, that's not their place to judge. Hold on to the thing that you value and the thing that you love to do.
Okay. Hello, Kathy, Shay, Pinky, Healing, Olgo, Lisa, Faye, and Lily. So that's our order next. So hello, Kathy. Haven't seen you for a little bit. Well, that's mainly because we haven't been on. Yeah. You have the 4 of Wands. Decisions. But the good part, it doesn't matter. Oh, there's Bailey. It doesn't matter what decision you make, because whatever you decide to do, it seems to be falling into place. But this is also planting a foundation for yourself. So you may be making some decisions, not so much about where you live, but how you're going to fix where you live. So I'm just going to say it looks like it should be fun. Whatever it is you're deciding to do, be lighthearted, be joyful, because it feels like it should be fun in the process.
Definitely be playful. When I saw this, I thought, I'm the king of the castle.
Yep.
And that's what you are, darling. The king of the castle. Or the queen, if that's what you want to be. But the point is, be playful.
She froze.
What?
You froze.
Be playful, have fun, and just remember, your hand wins.
Yeah. Remember, the bet is all on the turn, because if it doesn't all fall into place on that turn, really, you shouldn't be chasing the river. But some of us are known to chase the river and to fake it. So,
what is that game you were talking about?
It's poker, but why can't I think of the actual name of it? I'll think of it. It'll come to me in the middle of when someone's reading. So Mr. Khan, you're always humble, and I'm certain you'll find people who need your blessing. Yet, no problem whatsoever.
What does
So
he say?
he said that he'll stay humble, and he's mostly looking to pass on our blessing to the world and those in need. And I know he will.
That's very sweet of you. Thank you.
So, Shay, you have the 7 of Cups, and this is all about hidden desires. What are you looking for in your life, kid? Because as you look for it, you will acquire things along the way, like family, friends, home, vacations, stuff like that. But there's this hidden desire, something that you may have wanted to do when you're younger. Sort of think of the bucket list. You can dive into that bucket list at any time. You don't have to wait till you get old and you retire. Why not start now? Because then you can make some more bucket list as you go along. So they're saying that you have some hidden desires and they are coming towards you. Be open, be ready, and be joyful in the process.
So, hon, your card is the 8 of Earth. The 8 of Earth says, do not fear anything. Don't be fearful. Trust in yourself. Look forward to your adventures. You know, you've got everything you ever really needed, and you've succeeded. So don't give in to fear. You know how you've got, I look at these kittens, and some people think that this is a mother cat, but I see this as parts of the stages of your past. And you're moving forward. You're the big, strong, vicious-looking Siamese cat out there. Don't give in to your fear. Hold true to your life.
Okay. So, hello, Pinky Cane. I love your name. You have the 3 of Wands. And this is holding on to what you already have, but looking to the future, looking in different directions. This is a journey of mind, body, and soul. And it could be spiritual, it could be a physical journey, but this is definitely, you hold on to what you have, but you're looking, you're projecting, you're aiming for a certain area inside of your life. And once you get there, you may hold on to that for a bit and then look a little bit more. So don't be afraid to open a door and see, oh, you know, like that show, what's behind door number 1, 2, or 3? Price is Right. And the thing is, that's what it feels like. It doesn't really matter if you pick the first door and it's not right, because eventually you're going to get the second and third door. So you'll finally get what you're looking for in life. And I feel that sometimes it's going to be a little on the negative side, and that's okay. But sometimes it's going to be so joyful, you don't know what to do with yourself. So remember, there's a happy medium, ha, 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 when you start looking for your life.
And are you the happy medium?
That's why I said, ha, ha,
ha. My mind went blank. The 3 of C. It doesn't matter how different your friends are from you. You don't all have to think the same, but spend some time in the company of good friends. You know, those friends that make you laugh so hard that your side hurts at the end of the visit. This card is saying that whether it's due to COVID or life circumstances, you have shut yourself off too much, and now's the time for you to open the door and go out and say hello to your friends. And if you're safe, give them a hug. It feels like forever since people hugged each other.
Yeah. So next is healingology. I think that's what it means. I'm not sure.
Here, let me see.
It is funny that I actually picked the 7 of Swords, and this card is about healing. It's about coming out of difficult times inside of your life, both emotionally, physically, mentally, and that you're moving into a calmer area, that you're going to find that sailing or maneuvering the course of life may be like this right now, but it's going to begin to be a nice, even sail. It's not going to be so choppy. So listen to your healing instincts, because you are definitely headed in the right direction.
Healingology. I love that name. I'm kind of curious what you do, darling. For you, the Earth Queen. You know something, this card makes me think that now is the time for you to take pause, to look at the journey you've had, and to look where you're going. When I think of the earth, and I'm an earth sign, I think of being grounded, taking my shoes off, my socks off, wandering in the grass, trying to recenter and rebalance myself. And I think this is where, no, actually I know that this is something you need to do in the next week or so, is get back in touch with nature. Remember how amazing you are as a person,
No.
and ground yourself with some amethyst and some jasper. Yes, I love you too.
So next is Lisa. Hello, Lisa. I have the Two of Pentacles, and this is juggling. It could be you're juggling people, you could be juggling money, you could be juggling a job, but this is juggling. And the thing is, the more that you move, think of a chess game or even checkers, the more you move things around, if you in checkers, if you get all the way down, you get your checkers back. In chess, if you capture the, how is it? If you capture is it the rook? If you capture the queen, you win the game, basically, because pretty hard for the king to win. So they're just saying life is going to be like a checkered or chess game. You're going to be moving things around, but that's okay because you're juggling and you're going to actually do fine, Lisa. Oh, just ignore my rambling there, Lisa. You're going to be fine.
Okay, Lisa. The card I chose is about lovers, and as D'Arcy has explained, this isn't just about finding love. Picture yourself as two parts of the same whole. And one part, you don't take care of quite as much as the other. And this card for you is talking about spending some time with yourself, pampering yourself, get a massage, get a pedi or a mani, and just enjoy taking care of yourself. And really practice liking the woman in the mirror. I guarantee you, darling, you like the person that you see in the mirror every morning, on the good days, the bad days, and the days where you wonder why you got out of bed before coffee. Then there isn't anyone that won't accept you because you accept you.
Wow. All right. Hello, Cousin Faye. Hope you're enjoying the weather. You have the Ace of Wands, and this is all about new starts, new beginnings. It's enjoying the moment. It's just being there, being present. So basically in the present moment, it's like everything about it, the air, the fragrance, the wind, the sun. They're just saying enjoy the moment. You've probably run around an awful lot for yourself and other people, but sometimes we have to stop to regenerate our own batteries. And so when they're saying be in the present moment, for me, this means be aware of what your body, your mind, your soul is telling you, and do what you need to do to make it feel better.
Okay, so for you, the King of Earth, which pretty much echoes what D'Arcy talks about. It talks about all the love and the compassion you give everybody else in the world and the stability. It's now's the time to fill yourself, right? There was I wish I could remember the chief's name, but there was a chief who used to use the analogy of ping pong balls. And one of the things he liked to do is when he was an elder, and when he spoke to people, if he was by a river, he would hand them ping pong balls, and he would show the ones that sunk and the ones that were full of air, right? And the ones that are full of air are full of lightness and happiness, and they don't sink, right? Because they've given themselves something, where the ones that were heavy with the weight of the world sunk to the bottom. So what that card, the Earth one, is telling you is Take care of yourself. It's really important. You have a story to tell, and you can't tell it if you're too tired to write it.
So, Lily, you're next. But I had to apologize to my card. I dropped it and bent it, so I had to fix it. Lily, you have the 8, which is strength. And this is the yin and yang of life. This is connecting the dots. I actually want to suggest you go out and get one of those coloring books, where you connect the dots and then you color it, or those velvet paintings where you paint by number.
Oh, yeah.
I sort of feel like there's something here, like when you do something like that, then life begins to flow into the process of what you're looking for. But the 8 and strength tells me that there isn't anything you can't get through, that if you put your mind to it, you'll actually achieve your end results. So in a way, that's a belief system as well. And so I'm going to say keep marching forward to your own drum, because that's probably the most important drum to be listening to, rather than listening to, unless it's your mom, listening to another drum.
Always listen to your mother, right?
Yeah. Notice how I say that?
For you, the 6 of C. And the 6 of C talks about having fun, tapping into your inner child, and remembering how to play. Go play, Lily. The universe is saying it's time for you to put all the seriousness aside and go play for a little bit. Just a little bit. Maybe a few days or a few weeks.
Yeah. So, don't mean to be squirming so bad, but my back is killing me today. So, Marion.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. It's just my back is sore. Marion, for you, decisions. What do you do? Well, stay at your job, because at this particular time, either you got the opportunity for a raise or a promotion or something there, or even, commission. And the other portion is I feel like you're deciding where to go. And I don't mean moving home. I'm talking about if you're making a trip or making plans for a trip. Do you actually book the trip now, or do you wait to see what's happening a little bit more towards September for COVID, whether things are opening up more? And I'm going to say, since I know you're intuitive, trust your instincts, but sort of wait a little bit before you book it.
So for you, the 8 of Sky. It looks really ominous, but what the card is telling you is don't become pessimistic. Don't keep thinking things are worse than they are, because really things aren't as bad as you think they are. It's not a dire situation. Like the cat, you probably got yourself a little tangled up. And when we're tangled up, I don't know, if you ever played burning a witch at a stake when you were a kid, but someone ties you to a tree or something, and you feel like you can't get out. Well, you start panicking, thinking people are going to really turn and set the tree on fire. But really, nothing is as bad as that, and we would have never done anything like that.
No,
right?
Never.
Not once.
I know this is going to sound crazy, Marion, but you might want to put on screen doors. I'm seeing a bat in your house. Okay, so, screen doors, screen windows if you don't have them.
But remember, nothing is dire.
Yeah. So, Elaine is next. Hi, Elaine. I have for you the 7 of Wands, and this is competition, and it's like you're going into competition for something. This could be a job, it could be you're competing on a house, and that card tells me that you can be victorious if you know your mind. As long as you know what you're looking for, you can be victorious. But it can also, when I think of a competition, it could be some sort of play, like if you're auditioning for a role. I don't feel it's work related, but I could be wrong here, because wands normally represent work, but I feel like there's some sort of competition that's going to be around you, and you can be victorious as long as you know your mind.
Elaine, sometimes we get caught up in our preconceived ideas of what can and cannot be done. And the floating cat basically reminds us not to get caught up like that in our preconceived ideas. We have this preconceived idea, most of us, except maybe in my family more than others, that ghosts can't communicate, spirit can't communicate. And so people call people like us charlatans or fakes. And then something happens to them and they go, oh my God, wow, I'm sure D'Arcy's had that happen. And yet, if you let go of that preconceived idea, absolutely anything is possible, from renewing your romance with your husband to fulfilling your deepest and most amazing dream.
It's really weird because I want to say burn a fire under us to get him moving because there's something you want him to do, and that's the only way I can see it happening. That or a cattle prod. Okay, Mr. Khan, you didn't hear me give that kind of advice.
I think I'm just going to step back for a minute.
So Rebecca says, thank you all. It makes a lot of sense right now. Shar says her biggest dream or wish is closure for her son's case, 13 years on the 27th when he was murdered. Wow.
Not yet, sweetheart, not yet.
Orville says, thank you. So does Jessica, SH, and Shar, and Tracy. Texas Hold'em, thank you, Miss Ashley. That's the game I was thinking of. I can't believe I forgot since I used to compete in it. Kathy said, thanks, ladies. My daughters are planning me a 65th birthday. So excited on July 29th. Well, happy 65th soon.
Happy 65th. What an amazing testimony to a life well lived.
You know, Ashley, you do live with me. Keep it up. See what happens.
What is she saying?
She said, that was a tortured metaphor.
Tortured. You know that metaphors are often left screaming in the wings, threatening to creep up and destroy us one day.
Yes. Faye says thank you. And Amanda's on, so we'll get to you in 1 second, Amanda. And oh, that's so nice.
What?
I like Ashley. Sap goes to Guppy. We got a Guppy, and it said Shar F. Mackinac. Is that how you say your last name? Mackinac? Shars? Anyways, I have been sent to you by the gods and the ancestors. Text me privately to know the revelations. Yes, the revelation is Sap goes to Guppy. I like Ashley. Amanda, hi.
By the gods.
Yeah.
Oh, I love
that. The Fool. And the Fool means that there isn't anything in life that you're not willing to try. You're open to challenges. And you're open to blind faith sometimes. And I really like that. I think sometimes we have to have blind faith to get to where we need to be. Because sometimes when we block ourselves and we say, oh, I can't see how that's going to happen. Well, guess what? It's not going to happen. So I'm going to say, trust your blind faith, because it's deep inside of you and it's telling me that it resonates with you and anything is feasible for you, Amanda. Keep going. Now, I will say, if you go to walk off the deck and you've got a tray and you're not paying attention to where you're going, that first step's a little farther down than you think it is. So please look where you're walking.
So basically, look before you leap, Amanda.
No, this is look where she's walking. There's a difference. She can leap wherever she wants to, but if she's got that tray in her hand, there's going to be a problem.
Amanda, you've gotten this sky kitten. The sky kitten, you know what? What this actually talks about is a willingness to learn, and like a kitten, I mean, the kitten's probably jumped way too high to catch the ribbon and might fall, but if we have a willingness to learn, we have a willingness to fall and a willingness to get back up, including if we miss the step, drop the tray. Glasses are replaceable, drinks are not that important, and unless you break a bone, and even then you can still get it patched and start all over again. Live and learn is the expression.
She says apparently it happened last year and Donnie built a step. The step might have settled.
The card is live and learn, darling. Live and learn.
Renee, hi. I pulled for you the Ace of Coins. this has monetary satisfaction attached to it, but it's also the opportunity of new choices for you. But it could be a new beginning. It could be that you're looking to improve your work area. And it could also be an offer on something. Like if you're making an offer or someone's making an offer for you or to you for a place to buy something, they're saying, have a look. Make sure it fits your realm of expectations. And if it does, great. If not, let it go.
Sweetheart, sometimes not only do you cause a little chaos, but you seem to like chaos, this card says. Just walk away from chaos. Yes. My sister thinks that I can't see behind the card, but this card is saying take a step, walk away from chaos, give a breather, let everything around you settle a bit. And there is no harm in that. I live a pretty chaotic life, but every once in a while I am reminded by the Creator that I need to take a break from chaos, not for the sake of others, although I imagine many of them breathe a sigh of relief. This is more for the sake of yourself. Just take a step away from chaos, breathe, take care of yourself. Contrary to my sister's popular, this card must obviously want to be the one that's next. Contrary to my sister's popular belief.
Well, look at that. Another Jessica showed up, so I was right.
Yes, you were right.
Jessica, you have... Sorry. You have 7 of Swords. Good night, Kathy. Sweet dreams to you as well. You have the 7 of Swords, and this is taking what is necessary for you and letting go of the rest. Don't look back. Once your arms are full, our dad used to call it the lazy man's load. You took as much as you can, and 10 to 1, you're going to drop something. Okay. But, it always seemed to work for us. We'd load up and go do our chores instead of having to do everything separately. But they're saying, Jessica, that there's something there you're going to have to leave a little behind and come back and get it. So if you're moving, only lift what you can physically lift properly. Don't try to overload your arms, because if you do, you're going to hurt something. So that's whether you're moving, you're helping someone move, you're stacking things away. They're saying to limit your load. Okay, so that's exactly how they just said it. Limit your load. So be careful of what you're packing. Now that could be a metaphor for emotional stuff too. Do you really need to pack it around? And if you don't, let it go. It's no longer any good for you.
Okay,
I'm done.
A quick question. Is this the Jessica who body builds?
What?
Is this the Jessica who body sculpts?
Nope. This is a totally different one.
Okay, well, sorry, Jessica. Too, I have a message for the other Jessica. I'm sitting beside my rowing machine, and I kept hearing, watch your traps. Go and get a massage, some heat and some ice. I'm not sure what you're doing, but I was told to watch your traps, and you'll understand what that means. Now, Jessica too. What's Jessica's last name?
May. Or it's
Hi, Jessica. Thanks for your patience. For you, the Moon card. And when I see this one, I know what the Moon stands for, but my first thought is stop stalking whatever it is you think you're stalking. This is a time for you to renew your energy. And I actually have an app somewhere, but I'm sure D'Arcy could tell us quicker when the next full moon is.
Nope, I couldn't today.
And the moon talks about coming out of a confusing time and centering yourself. No stalking. And to have that kind of night vision when you're outside. You know, that night vision where you pay attention. I don't feel anything harmful coming to you, but if you're out a lot at night, just be aware. There's the word I'm looking for. Be aware. And don't go out on a moonless night, please.
Okay. So Jeanette, we have Jeanette and Geraldine. Jeanette, you have the sun, and this is celebration. July 23rd is the full moon. We have Ashley supplying us with that. So
Nice.
Jeanette, you have the sun, and this is celebration, but it's also someone who's announcing a pregnancy, but it's also for September. And it feels like, stock up now. If you can find stuff on sale for September, stock it up now so that you have it in place. And it's also, to me, saying that you're riding towards, say, your new home, unless you just got it, but you're riding towards the place you're going to be now. So location, that's what they're saying. They said it 3 times. I only did it twice.
So, darling, this card, even though it looks kind of dire, what it's saying is it's time to face facts. It's time to drag yourself out of whatever it is that you think you don't want to face and to deal with that, whether it is a health issue or an unhealthy work issue or even an unhealthy relationship with someone in the sphere of your life. It is time to stop hiding from it and time to just face that this is a difficult moment, because it's when we face that difficult moment that we reach that next moment that says, I can do this. I've got this. I have survived far worse than this. So time to take the shroud off your eyes. And then the beauty is, once you face that storm, an amazing thing happens. I promise you the sun always shines.
Wow. Before we do Geraldine, I just want to say happy birthday tomorrow, Jeanette. So there is a celebration. Yay. Okay, Geraldine. To begin with, you have the Ace of Cups, and this is all about your dreams coming true. It's your cup flows over, not your cup is half full. It should be that you're looking at your cup is flowing over, half empty, half full. Depends on how you look at it, right? And all I can see is happiness. And there's a center for happiness. It's in our soul. And they're saying that this is something you're going to achieve, that you're coming out of periods of, I'm going to call it mourning, but it's not like, to me, so much, well, maybe it is about the death of someone, but it's like you're coming above it finally, and you're finding that center that brings you happiness. So keep working towards it. You're headed in the right direction.
So for you, the 2 of Fire, and there's 2, I'm not sure you can see that, but there's 2 candles holding off the darkness, and it's actually a really kind of pretty sunset. And it's just time for balance, time for reflection, time to take the time to heal and to meditate, which is something that it's being strongly recommended that you do. And there's all kinds of cool meditation programs out there. So take some time to find your balance and to look to the brighter future.
Okay, our last lady tonight, and we'll answer Jeanette as well, but Christina, hi. You have the Hierophant, and this is about balance, okay? It's also about decision process where you actually talk to another person to weigh the pros and cons about your decision. And it says that by doing this, you're going to find the balance you need to make the decision. And sometimes we do have to talk to other people. It's not that we're asking them to make our decision for us. What we're looking for is for them maybe to give us a little clarity of thought, to tell us what they think. So make sure you let them know it's not that you want them to make your decision. It's more that just give me a little clarity. Does it sound like I'm heading in the right direction, or do I have to change course? And then at the end of the day, Christina, it's going to be up to you what you decide to do.
Well, Christina, you have, just a sec, the 4 of Spades. You know what? Take a really good look at the cat. The cat is just literally done, slumped over his log, comfortable in the sun, basking. Doesn't care that I think those are blue lobsters, that they're dancing by the sea, kind of teasing that cat. It's a time for reflection, a time for rest, a time to just go, whatever. It's okay to be done. It's okay to rest. It's okay to bask in the sunlight. And it's okay to ignore the dancing lobsters.
So, Jeanette, when I said location, 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 I'm thinking that, yes, there is a good chance you're going to move to the location you want because that was the message they gave. And the other thing they're saying is that you have to believe in it. Because if you don't believe in where you want to be and you're afraid you're not going to get it, then it's not going to happen, Jeanette. So remember, positive thinking. I see myself in this location, location, location.
So, Jeanette, in answer to your question too, for me, someone once said to me, if you believe in you half as much as I believe in you, you can do anything. And it is a message that I hold true to my heart. And I often look in the mirror and say that to myself, sort of like the affirmation D'Arcy is offering. So if you believe in you half as much, go fly.
Yeah.
You might fall, but you'll get up. Or you might not fall at all. You're not going to know till you give it a try.
Shara says, oh, Jessica loves the cat. And Shara said, thank you for my Aunt Geraldine. And she says she also likes to go back and watch the readings, which is nice. And Christina, you're welcome as well. Well, thank you very much. At this point, I'll let you know by Sunday what's happening with the show.
She'll let me know by Sunday too.
Yeah. And you know what? You guys, be careful. If you're not comfortable going into a place and you feel like you still need to wear your mask, wear your mask. And make sure you wear sunscreen because I forgot to today, and that's probably why I'm a little tired. And then the other thing is know that you're loved. I feel this love surrounding each and every one of you from people who have passed as well as your guides. So just know that you are loved.
Okay. Thank you guys so much for always showing up. Again, like D'Arcy said, she'll let us know. And I believe D'Arcy's message is true. Also, remember you have value, all of you. Men, the women, you all have value. You are all important. You're important because the world wouldn't be the world it is without you in it. So, Masalama, go in light and many blessings.
And may love, joy, peace, prosperity, and happiness find you all in mysterious ways. Blessed be everyone. Good night.
Good night.